Today marks a milestone in the construction of the Great Pyramid, and I'm really excited to finally share this video with you. Because with the latest update of Cibola8, we've launched the first feature of our upcoming professional AI tools for all game systems on Foundry VTT. And these tools will make it incredibly easy for you as a game master to surprise your players with immersive custom designed content. But that's not all, because these tools also offer a unique opportunity for creatives and publishers to add more depth to their world and build new universes faster than ever before. To give you an idea of the potential these tools bring to your virtual tabletop, I want to show you the new batch mode. And with the batch mode, you can not only generate multiple variants of a single image in just seconds, but you can even generate entire series of diverse content with just one prompt. I'm sure you will love that, so let's dive in and take a closer look. And before we begin, as always, please make sure that you have the latest version of Cibola8 installed and that you added the Cibola item to your hotkey list. And to get started, I will now generate an object to give you a feeling for the function of this new batch mode. To do so, I click on the Cibola button, I select item and I select generate, and then I can give the item a name. Usually I would use the name of the individual item, for example Tomek's gun, but in this case I will use guns, because today we will do batch mode and generate a lot of images and attach them to the individual item later. So this will be a weapon and I don't need a specific folder, so I can generate the item now. And as soon as you click on the generation button, you will realize that there are new functions available. And the first one is this slider up here. This one is used to generate variants of a single prompt. Let me show you how this works. So this is an object. I can select an AI by clicking on the three dotted menu up here. I will go with this one pre-selected, but as you saw, we have a lot of them integrated. You will always find an AI that fits your needs, and we will keep adding more to this. Okay, let's close this and select an aspect ratio for the image. I will go with 1:1 in this case. This is for not safe for work content. It will not be necessary for an object, I guess. So let's get right to the prompt. I will write a handgun for cyberpunk. And now I will use the improve prompt function to give it a bit more details. So I click here, and while it is generating, let me show you some functions which are available for the prompt now. There is first this function which will describe an image. So if you already have an object like a handgun, I can generate this later and show it to you. If you already have an image, then you can analyze the current image and turn it to a prompt. It's some kind of reverse engineering. So let's say there is a handgun, you can just analyze, and then you have a description here, which you can then customize to get the image you want to have. The second one is this little wrench down here, and this is a prompt improviser. So if I click here, I can tell the AI that the prompt should be changed. For example, if you have a scene, you read through the improved prompt and it's, for example, not dark enough for your setting, you can tell this function that you want the scene to be a bit darker. Or in this case, I can, for example, say that I want a rifle instead of a handgun. So now when I click on this, the prompt will be adjusted, and for example, this handgun here will not appear anymore, but it will be a prompt for a rifle. Okay, and here it is. As you see, now it's a futuristic rifle, and I want to have 3 copies of that prompt. I want to have 3 variants, all with the same AI. So let me show you how this works. When you press on image generation, you will always get this little pop-up here, and this is very important, because with batch generation you can really burn your mana quickly. So as you see, the generation of one variant with 3 copies requires 12 mana, and I will accept this. And now in the background the AIs start working, and one of the beautiful things if you work with batch mode is that all those images are generated simultaneously, so you don't have to wait that long to see the result. And here they are coming in. So this is our first rifle, that's the second one, and the third one will surely appear soon. So this is the third one. Now, as you saw, we generated 3 rifles with the same prompt, and if I, for example, want to go with this one, I can now crop the image, I can change small details if I want to, and finally remove the background so it can be used as an item image or as an image for another item I can generate by using Chibola. Alright, so now I want to show you the second function, and that is even cooler. Let me close this and start generate a new item. I click on Cibola and go to generation, and this time I will call it loot. Because the scenario I want to use this in is that, for example, my players find an old box inside a warehouse and I want to have some items which I can put into this box. Let's go for cyberware in this case. I need no specific folder and I click on generate image. And now when I go to generate, I will use this small plus in the prompt window right here in the upper corner. And if you click there, a window opens and you can now enter one single prompt, which will then be translated into individual prompts in an amount you can specify with this slider. So I want to have 4 variants of cyberware, and I will just tell the AI that I need to have cyberware which can be looted in a warehouse. Alright, so now I create the prompt set. And as you saw, 4 new tabs were generated. So the first one is a cybernetic arm, the second one are goggles, the third one is an energy cell, and the last one are neural interface chips. So as you saw, those items were made up by the AI and it just took me one prompt to generate them. Of course, each of those prompts can be adjusted. It could also be improved individually by using the improve prompt function. As you see, now it's more detailed. So read through them, make sure that they really fit your needs. If you don't like one of them, you can just delete it by using the small delete button in the top corner, and you can add new ones as well. Of course, it's also possible to do variants of each of them, and that's where it starts to become really tricky, because for example, if you do 2 variants of the 4 prompts, you will generate 8 images at one time, and this will really burn your mana. So be careful. I will put this back and I will just generate those 4 images now. I click on generate. I have again to accept the mana, and let's go. And they start coming. Okay, this is the first one. This is the arm. Okay, I don't like the style. I could, for example, now change the style by using the sketch mode. I will show you that as well. 1 second. Because of course everything the AI gives to you can always be adjusted. So let's change this here, for example. I go for sketch and I tell make the image more realistic and more cyberpunk style. Here it is also a good idea to tell the AI what it sees already. So I will add in brackets, it's an augmented arm, and I will generate the image. Okay, here's the new one. Doesn't look as I expected, but again, I can continue editing it. For example, I could remove this hand, so it's more like a prosthesis, or I can just regenerate the same image with a different prompt. Or as you saw, for example, here with those chips, which I also don't like, you can just generate something new and use variants of the same prompt. So I could, for example, take the prompt of the chips. It was the third one, no, the fourth one, this one. So I can take this prompt, for example, I can enter it here now, I can select a different AI, I can improve it again, I can do variants now of this prompt until I get the result I need. There are really plenty of options now with this batch mode, and it's really getting quick. But 2 of the 4 images are already perfect. It's those goggles and this energy cell. Of course, the result will vary a little bit, but don't forget that it's also possible to change the AI model. So if you try around a little bit, I'm sure this will have a lot of potential when it comes to bulk generation of enemies, scenes, objects, or whatever you want. So I think this really has a lot of potential for the world of virtual tabletop, and we're just getting started. What do you think? Please share with us in the comments below this video, like and share it, and of course support us on Patreon to help us build the pyramid. I wish you a lot of fun and success using those tools, and see you in the next video.